Hello everyone, this is Kris Keys. Today I'm going to show you how to paint a fluid and loose koi fish using inspiration from a koi fish pond that I spotted in Kyoto last month. So I'm using these koi fish as inspiration, and then I'm going to take this koi fish and exaggerate it and then add really dark tones and shadows that you probably have never seen on a koi fish before. Alright, so the materials that you'll need is Arches watercolor paper. Well, you can use any type of watercolor paper, just make sure it has some texture to be able to hold the amount of water that we're putting down. Yasutomo's Black Ink. This is a watercolor palette that I got from Japan, so I'll see if I can find it on the internet on Amazon and leave it in the description box. And then I'm using a Japanese calligraphy brush with wolf hair, and I'm also using a brush by Winsor and Newton. Okay, so I'm going to outline the shape of this koi fish only using water. So this helps to just outline the proportion for whatever I'm drawing so that I don't run out of space on the paper, and so that I don't make the fish too small in proportion to the paper. The fish is just sitting right in the middle of the paper, and I'm pretty much drawing the entire fish using only water. Alright, so now that I have the outline of the fish, I'm going to dip my brush into this yellow pan color of watercolors. And as you can see, this yellow color is really vibrant. I really like these watercolors. And I'm just going to sporadically put this color down, leaving negative space. So I'm using a picture that I took of one of the koi fish as a reference. And I want to make sure that I leave negative space on this koi fish, some white space. I would not fill up the whole koi fish with this yellow color because I really want it to be plump and have a 3D yet fluid feel. Okay, so now that our yellow color is down, I'm taking a smaller calligraphy brush and I've dipped it into my black ink. So I'm going to use a stippling technique, and I'm just stippling, placing these small dots of black ink around a koi fish. So if you look at a photo of a koi fish, they just have these like splatters of color all over the body, and then the color kind of disperses out and it gets lighter as it goes out, and it looks to me like just like watercolors. So that's how I want my painting to look. So if it starts to get too stiff, like I feel like these dots are beginning to look a little too stiff, all you have to do is take your colors that you're mixing it with and take water and blend it out. Just take water to blend out the color across whatever you want to use, whatever you're drawing. Alright, so I've taken this orange ink and I've used the same stippling technique, and now I'm taking a clean brush, and like I said, I'm just taking water to kind of blend this color out. So we've used the stippling technique, but as you can see, it looks like we've painted the color on. So those dots have kind of dispersed out and started to blend together, still leaving just a little bit and just enough of white space. Alright, so I'm just adding in more black paint. And with the black can be really powerful, and sometimes if you put too much of black ink down, it can kind of overpower the painting. So you just want to put down a little bit first and then try to blend it out, and then add more, kind of eyeball it and add more as you need it. Alright, I'm just adding more water, and we pretty much have the shape of the koi fish down. Now, right now, The colors are looking really nice. However, it is looking very 2D and very flat. So to add more dimension, I'm going to start to play on the fins and the tail of the fish. So I've dipped the same brush into whatever orange ink I have left, and I'm starting to just add more almost like feathered lines to the middle fin of the fish. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of gold leaf. So this is really going to give it just a little extra touch. So I'm applying a little bit of adhesive to the fish, and I'm just going to place the gold leaf down on top of the adhesive, and you want to just place it down and let it sit for I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. And then allow it to dry. And all you have to do is take a brush and just brush away the excess gold leaf from the fish. Alright, so it's starting to look a little more 3D. You can see the shape of the fish. It almost look like it's coming off of the page, but I still want to add more of the black ink. So I'm just almost doing this feathered motion for the sides of the fish. And it's almost like you're drawing like wavy hair. So it's like a very loose S. And just putting more pressure down on the brush when I'm close to the fish, and just letting the brush slightly come off of the page as I get further away, so that it has a really beautiful brush mark from that animal hair on the paper. So the last thing I'm going to do is add a few more black stippled marks of black ink, because as you can see, the first application of black ink that we put down has started to bleed out, and because we've been putting so much more water down, so it almost looks like it's gray. So just to kind of reinforce that black color, I'm just going to put a little more ink. All right, and that's our final and finished koi fish painting using only black ink, one watercolor color, which is yellow, and orange ink, as well as a little bit of gouache paint. And I did not show you the process of using gouache paint, but I used a stark white gouache paint to create those little small stippled lines that you see on the koi fish, just to kind of reinforce that white space that we lost applying all the ink. All right, guys, so that's the final koi fish painting. I definitely want to know if you try out this tutorial. definitely let me know. If you want to see more fish type of or like underwater creature paintings using inks or watercolors, let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video below. And I also have a course, an online course of how to paint flowers using inks and watercolors, and it's everything that you need to know about how to mix your colors and how much to put down and drawing proportionate flowers. So I'll leave a link in the description box on where you can sign up for that course, and I will see you guys in the next week's video. All right, see you next week. Ciao.